What's up, everybody? This is Lyle with Don't Hippie Barbecue. What I'm going to be doing today is a peach cobbler. This peach cobbler was requested by one of my subscribers, Marlon Ward. What's up, Marlon? This is for you. You know how they say stay in your lane? Well, bacon isn't my lane, but I found an easy recipe for cobbler that anybody can get down with. Anyway, why don't you guys come on in and take a look what these ingredients are, then we'll knock this out. These are the ingredients we're going to need for this peach cobbler. Everything is going to be in the description below, so you don't have to keep up with me here. Anyway, we're going to start off with a half a cup of butter, which is basically one stick. What I'm going to do is melt this down here in a little bit. We have 1 cup of flour. We have 2 cups of sugar that I've broke down. One we're going to use for the peaches, the other one we're going to use for the batter. I have 1 tablespoon of baking soda. We have a pinch of salt. I went with about 1/4 teaspoon of salt. We have a tablespoon of lemon juice, 1 cup of milk, and some cinnamon that we're going to top it with. The peaches that I'm using, I'm going with frozen peaches. I don't like canned peaches, but I didn't want to mess with the peaches fresh, so I'm going with 2 packs, which is basically 4 cups of these Walmart Great Value brand peach slices. Anyway, those are our ingredients. What I'm going to do now is get this butter melted up, then we'll get on to this batter. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get these peaches kind of cooked down a little bit. Like I said, these are frozen. They've been thawed a little bit, but we're going to go ahead and throw 1 of these cups of sugar over our peaches and our lemon juice. And we're going to cook this down. Now as this cooks down, it's going to get a little bit softened, so we're going to want this to kind of be kind of a syrupy peach kind of a mixture. So I've cooked our peaches down. We basically boiled those until they became soft. We have our butter in the bottom of our baking dish. Now we just need to make the batter. So we're going to go ahead and add our flour, our sugar, our baking powder, our salt. Let's just give that a nice little whisk. And now we're going to add our milk. And we're just going to stir this until it becomes a batter. Alright, that looks good to me. Let me go ahead and set this to the side. Bring our baking dish over here. Said the baking dish has the butter on the bottom of it. We're going to go ahead and top that butter with our batter. Alright, let's make sure we get every little last bit out of there. Now we're going to just top it with these peaches, and I'm just going to dump it right on over. Now, this is going to go in the oven at 375 degrees to 40 to 45 minutes. I just took this peach cobbler out of the oven after being in there for about 45 minutes. Before I put it in, I did sprinkle it down with a little bit of that cinnamon just to add a little bit of something extra. I'm going to let this cool down for about 15-20 minutes and then we'll taste it. Let's see what's up with this peach cobbler. Now obviously this isn't something that I make all the time. That's some good stuff. You know, before I give my opinion, let me get into this corner a little bit. You know what? That's some good stuff. I'm glad that somebody suggested I make this. Anyway, hey, if you're a novice baker like me, go ahead and knock something like this out. I might actually like this a little bit better. I mean, I did let this cool down for about 25-35 minutes. I might actually like this a little bit better cold myself. You know, I know people put ice cream on it, but I don't need all that. But yeah, this is some good stuff. Anyway, thanks for stopping by No Hippie Barbecue. I appreciate it. Comment, subscribe, and I'm out.